Oh man, I'm loving it, Ed. I'm absolutely loving it. Like I said, I've got. Well, hang on just a second here.
How's my sound?
Oh, your sound is awesome. Did you get a new mic?
No, no.
I would argue it sounds better than it did last time.
Huh. Whenever I watch a re replay, I seem really, really quiet.
Yeah, um, and that's partially me because I'm watching two different mixers at once, and I for some reason I haven't been paying a great deal of here we go. For some reason I haven't been paying a great deal of attention to the V mix here, and I'm listening to you, and you sound exactly the same level as me. But now, if you notice of late, it's gotten better.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm literally it should be fine. We'll check it out after the broadcast. I want to catch another.
Um, don't bring me a cup. Well, you can still bring me a cup if you want,
Uh-huh, but why wouldn't I?
because I don't have one to give back to you.
Oh, well, that's
I
okay.
I sent the last two I had to Nick and Dean Nimmin.
Oh, wow, good man. Good man.
Yeah, with a heap load of M&Ms of all different flavors,
Oh,
and
no
two
shit.
flash in your pants shirts. And I sent them each a little piece of gold,
Uh-huh.
and I wrote on it, "Thank you, Nick, and thank you, Dee, and you're golden for all you do for the community." And I personally, they're my favorite creator influencers
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that in that whole community and what has spawned off that community.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good guys, aren't they?
Very, very, and they keep it real too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
From what I tell, I haven't met them personally, but like I've talked to Nez and he's met them and others, and they just seem like they'd be who they are if you met them in, like I imagine when I meet you Saturday, Jim, you're gonna be pretty much the exact same person I'm talking to now. So
I would guess you're right. I try not to put on a facade, you know. I try to be real. Oh, what was it, Chrissy? Outdoorsy gal?
yeah,
Yeah. Hey, Chrissy, how are you? Sorry, we bailed on your live stream. Oh, Ed. Oh, did you run a live stream tonight? I did. I just walked in and had to set up for this one, so I didn't get notified.
it's okay, Chrissy. Yeah, well, the Digging Connect, Liz, in the treasure hunting community.
Uh huh.
She's in the metal detecting finger of the hand,
Oh,
right?
okay. Uh huh. Uh huh.
And she has kind of like she was starting to get a decent amount of super chats,
Oh,
and she
cool.
wanted to award the super chatters. And I look what I won.
Oh, let me take that full screen. Let me take that full screen. Boom. Oh, cool. A Harley pin?
Yeah, it's an actual legal tender $1 silver coin from Somalia.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
And it was made for the coin collecting community.
Oh, man. Wow.
And I do collect coins and tokens and other stuff. So
Uh-huh.
I like going, the kid coming out of me.
Still a kid at heart, Ed, I can tell.
Hey, just because I'm 58 don't mean I gotta act like it.
Nope. Nope. Keep the child, man. Keep the child.
Yeah, I don't want to grow up to be a grunt. Sometimes I can be a grumpy old man, but
Yeah.
uh, that no,
I don't think we can help it.
I want to lot of youth is up here, I believe, and until my body totally says no more, kid.
Yeah, but that shouldn't affect your brain, man, because I keep thinking about that. You know, I still think like I'm 30, and I know when my body gives out, I'm still gonna think I'm 30.
Yeah, good point. And
Yeah.
we're about the same age, you and
Yep. Yep.
I. So
Yeah.
you're having troubles with your bases, son.
Yeah, it seems like we can't keep one, and it's not a girlfriend housing situation either. my my favorite joke about bass players is you what is it? How do you tell if uh, a bass player is homeless? He didn't have a girlfriend. But I've also heard that turned on just about every type of musician.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason, man, we just can't. Well, now I say some reason, and I literally listed them off earlier. You know, the brothers keep arguing, and there's no real plan, right? So it's like they can't put together a song list. They just say, well, what song should we try? You know, should we work on for next time? It's like, no, 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 no. That's not how you do it. Last time that we had a band together, um, it was real easy. It was one of those things where, you know, I just said, look, we're going to have one list. Let me get in front of the camera. We're going to have one list, and that's it. We're going to work strictly off that. And once we get 40 down, then we'll be ready to go out. Well, now you get, you know, they're scribbling shit down on paper, and it's too hard to get anything going when you're just doing piecemeal like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
tough thing.
couldn't you have like, wouldn't you like a rotating playlist though?
Well, yeah, you do that once you've got enough songs in your repertoire that you can go out and play. Then what you
True,
do,
true.
yeah, then what you do is you start adding songs, you know, newer stuff or stuff you have never played before, that sort of thing.
Or original thrown in
Yeah,
here and
well,
there.
we're a little old for originals, although we did try one tonight. Sounded pretty good, actually. I was surprised that my lead guitarist wrote a song that good. He really killed it. Um, it's the first one I've heard from him. I've heard a lot from my rhythm guitarist, his brother, but yeah, you just start building that rotating list, right? So you get 40 down, so you got plenty to choose from to at least get out and do a 3 hour gig. Then you
Right.
then you start adding, then you can start mixing and matching. And I've got a 3 song rule, and this isn't supposed to be about me. I'm sorry, but
Oh,
but
that's okay.
yeah, but I've got a 3 song rule. If you play it 3 times and the crowd doesn't react, get it off the list. Boom, it's out of there. So
You don't want a song to be playing a song that keeps. That's right. Hit that like button, outdoorsy
yeah,
girl.
all of you.
She's one of my mods. I'm sure you've seen her.
Oh yeah, oh,
Uh,
yeah. She's been here a couple times. It's
oh,
awesome.
good,
Yeah.
good. The
You're
you
becoming a regular outdoorsy gal, Chrissy. Thank you so
you
much.
you put on a good show, Jim.
I appreciate
Uh,
that, Ed.
and hey, I'm not shy. If no one else is gonna pull the trigger, I'll help you out.
Well, it's that's one of the reasons that I put that safeguard in there. So if anybody wants to come on, all you got to do is tag me and put I am ready. You know, just say something
Yeah.
that you're ready to come on, and I'll wrap up with a guest and get you on too. Because I want this to remain kind of open, right? I don't know if I want to still do those three ways again. They're fun. But, yeah, okay, Mitten Dad. Now you've got reason to wonder what you're watching. But when you get a bunch of people on, that's all fine and good, but it can't cut them out. That's why I'm going to save that for Friday sometime soon.
Right. There's a time and a place for everything, you
Oh,
know.
yep, exactly, exactly.
That's totally understandable.
Well, thanks, Chrissy. It is. I like to think it's fun here. I know I have a good time, especially when Ed's on. Yeah, and what I do is I actually lock out the meeting once I get somebody on, so we don't have because you know what it'll do is it'll push you off to the side, and then I'll have 2 people on there at the same
Right.
time. But I may just let people jump into the queue, and this is something I need to test. Let people jump in the queue, and if I kill their camera, I wonder if it will kill In fact, let me just, if you don't mind, Ed, you're going to be a guinea pig again, if that's okay. Is not having that dialogue box pop up over my guest. it's
Hey, it's a work in progress, and after all, it is live entertainment.
it is live as live television has ever been, man.
Oh, tonight I had like all kinds of Murphyism, right,
Uh-huh.
Jim? You know Murphy.
Oh yeah. So what happened?
You're a musician. You know Murphy.
Yep.
You're in. So I'm all set up. I have my live stream scheduled, and you know, with these new, I'm doing bare bones now
Mm-hmm.
until I get my new streaming computer,
Okay.
which I took my old tower, gaming tower to the shop. It's way outdated, old graphics card, like 6 years and stuff. So they're putting in a new motherboard, new graphics. I just put in a 600-watt power supply so that can stay. And I put in a brand new DVD burner so that can stay. And they're rebuilding me a whole new system.
Cool. Very cool.
My old system was conflicting with Windows 10, and I didn't want to buy 8.1, which it would not conflict with,
Mm-hmm.
that it was compatible with, because, Windows 8.1 is like $50 more expensive than Windows 10.
Yep.
So,
Isn't that strange?
the guys at the tech shop where I go, they say they do that because they want to push you to the newer edition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they make the older running systems higher. So most people will go, "Oh man, it's that much more expensive."
I'll just go with 10.
Yeah, yeah. I like on my laptop here. I have 8.1. I'm used to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like it. Um, but I'll navigate around to 10 too. Shoot, I've seen Windows come and go since what, 98 or
98.
something.
Yep. I know where you can get a great deal on 3.1.
I I have a tower in the back that probably still has Windows 95 on it or something, or one of my old laptops.
Oh, good old Windows 95. I know I have a desktop right over there that is still got XP on it.
Well, actually, the tower over here that I was editing on forever, um, it's behind my green screen.
Uh-huh.
It has XP on it.
Does it?
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh God, Ed, we're dinosaurs, man. We're dinosaurs. We're talking about old versions of Windows.
Yeah, where a lot of the kids nowadays are computers. What's that?
Yeah, yeah. Android. I thought that was the name of the phone, not the operating system.
But yeah, now we have super tiny computers
Oh
right
yeah,
here.
yeah. What you're holding in your hand right there is a better processor than that old XP machine.
Oh yeah.
Yep, yep.
Or the old DOS computers we used to play with when we were way, way, way young.
Yeah, yeah. What was the earliest chip you had? Was it 386, 286, 486?
Uh,
Remember those,
I
don't
I don't know.
you?
I played on an Apple one for a while.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and what's that? A Commodore?
No, but I did have a VIC 20.
Eh,
Vic 20 and Commodore 64 were their big claim to fame. No, the Apple Macintosh were literally an early version of the Macs today.
No, yeah, I
Hmm.
remember when it first came out, that little box,
Oh yeah, oh
big
yeah.
Mac.
Do you remember the iMac when it was like a big CRT? screen, and that was the entire computer. You just hooked up your mouse and your keyboard to it, and they were in cool colors.
Yeah, they had clear covers and it looked like a little TV.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Snowy, you remember that, don't you? I'm kidding, hon. Welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you.
But yeah, but geez, I remember arcades when they had pinball machines and pool tables and
Oh,
foosball tables,
oh yeah.
and then Pong came out, and ooh, and boy, did it sure evolved quickly.
Oh man.
Hindsight, back then it's like 2000. I'll be dead by that time.
Yeah.
It just seems so far away.
Oh, it did.
And when you're watching the Jetsons, and only thing we don't have yet are flying cars and a kitchen where I could press a button and my prime rib shows up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's coming, Ed. That
Rehydrate.
that is the kitchen of tomorrow, Ed. That's just right around the corner. Of course, Snowy, since she's 130 years old, she knows. Turn of the century wasn't anything for you, was it, Snowy?
Wow, you look really good for 100. How old? 130?
130 is what she says. Yeah, she's only because she's 130 years old. Abacus. Oh man. An outdoorsy gal. Chrissy, you don't even own a cell phone? How is that possible? Wow.
And
Wow.
Chrissy was the pinball queen.
Where were you, Chrissy?
And I thought that was Elton John.
That was Pinball Wizard.
Exactly. But,
She's the pinball queen. She's the female version of that. Oh man. Oh, I so remember being a young guy when the arcades really popped up. Before the electronics, and it was nothing but pinball, pool, and the occasional foosball table.
mm-hmm.
And then they all got pushed out by electronic video games. Remember, like
Yeah.
Pac-Man and Asteroids and things like that?
Defender and
Mm-hmm. Captain
Dragon
Fantastic.
Quest.
Oh man, that was the first one that you could actually choose your destiny.
Right, and
Oh, I
it had
will.
a big, like, laser LP on it.
Yep, yep.
And you could choose which way, but like every game, you learn it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, don't go this way, don't go that way.
Did you ever play it?
Oh yeah,
Were you?
oh
I wasn't into it. I wasn't into it. I
yeah.
stuck with Tron and some of the old classics. What was it? Tempest.
I worked at an arcade on the block away from my house where I grew up.
Oh well, shoot.
So I just spent it red quarters,
Yeah.
opened it up, or I put on all kinds of credits on it. So I didn't have to pay for it. I just played it. But I love Defender.
Oh, I did too. I did too. So you guys in the chat, let us know what your favorite arcade game was, and I'm not talking about ones at home. What were your favorite arcade games if you're old enough to have played them out at either arcades or grocery stores or whatnot? Because they used to be everywhere. I'm interested to know. I really got into Tron a lot.
Tron was a good game.
Very challenging. You had the four different challenges, and it just got faster and faster and faster. Galaga,
Yeah.
I forgot about Galaga.
Oh, Galaga was a good game.
Loved
And
Galaga.
Asteroids was really good too.
Yep.
Frogger. Oh
Frogga?
yeah.
You like Frogga? Oh, there you go. That's the best Aussie accent I can do.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. You like Frogga? Ah, that's all I got. Yeah, my wife loved Frogger too. She used to play that all the time. That and Dig Dug.
Oh, Dig Dug was good. I remember Dig Dug.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Out of all the video games, I would say I shoved a lot of quarters in Defender. Missile Command was pretty good too.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And of course, the best part about that was when the Atari 2600 came out, and you could play all of those favorites right in your living room. Oh man,
Right.
I did a whole video on it. If you guys didn't know, I did an entire video, well, actually two of videos, uh, talking about my video game past. That was before I actually had guests. Man,
You had to fill airtime with something.
oh God, yeah, I struggled. You know, suddenly I'm talking about carpet and have you guys seen these new bottles? It's just it was ugly. But
Well, you
I actually dug doing that video game one because I was in pretty heavy, even in computer games at first. I used to play a lot of Doom and Duke Nukem. Played some NASCAR, even though I haven't been a NASCAR fan since they were
oh,
no longer. Oh, Space Invaders, yeah.
Space Invaders
Snowy
was
Rains
good.
mentioned Space Invaders. I had a
Donkey Kong.
yep, yep. I don't remember Venture. Do you remember Atari 2600 or Outdoorsy Gal? Did you have an Atari 2600? Because one of my favorite games was Adventure. And those of you who are in any way familiar with Atari 2600 games, you'll know how funny that game was. Castles and keys and dragons that looked like ducks. It was a hilarious game to play.
Now, my very first computer game on a computer was Castle Wolfenstein.
Oh, 3D.
No, I mean terrible pixelations and stuff.
Yeah, but wasn't it Wolfenstein 3D?
No, it ain't the new one. It was like
Oh,
the first one.
yeah, that was pre-Doom.
It was like pixels that had a little guy going. "Doot, doot, 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 doot."
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That wasn't even a first-person perspective. The 3D one was.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it was like playing Zelda or something,
Mm-hmm.
but with terrible graphics.
Little 16-bit graphics, man. Let's hear it for 16-bit graphics.
Like a game that really got me. It was a multiplayer game back in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Azuron's Call.
Hadn't heard of that one.
Oh, it was awesome. You could join clans, and they had a kill player server,
Oh.
and that was pretty tough. But all the other servers were you went on quests,
Mm-hmm.
and you could have a mage and a Fletcher, and I would have my mage and the Fletcher hide out in a cave, and Fletcher would be making arrows while the mage would be putting spells on the arrows, different types of spells for different type of monsters for my archer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I was totally addicted to it. My son Ian was here with me now. He'd give you an earful on my addiction.
Oh man, I bet. I often wonder if I was addicted.
There's stew in the fridge, son.
I'm not getting up.
No, I'm in a battle.
Yeah. Oh, Snowy says the true story. They're still making 16 and 8-bit games to this day. Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, I remember having an entire CD of all those classics that you could port into your PC. And oh man, just relive the whole thing. You guys got to go back. I actually have my original 2600, and an original Pong game, Ed. That
Wow.
I haven't broke it out in I want to say 30 years, but it's still in the box up in my closet over here. My 2600 sits upstairs. My boy, he used to drag that thing out and play those old classics. That's why it's so first and foremost in my mind. Uh, You did get Combat, the one that came with it, shooting tanks and things and airplanes. That was true 8-bit graphics and horribly done. I even have an original E.T., which was the most hated video game of all time. Yeah, it's probably worth like $3 or something now.
Oh, you'd be surprised,
Oh, I
I'm
know.
sure.
I know. I can't get rid of them. I can't get rid of them. There's a whole box of them. I went through just about every one of the games in that video too. So
Wait, I just look at some of these games you'll see at some of the stores nowadays. It's like Flashback Atari
yeah, yeah.
and Flashback Nintendo, and they have the old style Atari console and the old joysticks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Snowy says she thinks hers is a 2600 and it's got Pong built in. I think that was a later version. I mean, very close to the same, by maybe 79 or 80, where they did actually include Pong as a built-in game. But mine didn't have Pong as a built-in game. It just came with Combat, which where it's almost like Pong with tanks and airplanes. Oh man, video games were so fun. I think I had my most fun playing first-person perspective shooters like Doom and Duke Nukem and that sort of thing on multiplayer.
Um, I I played a game like that, Delta Force.
Delta Force.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I used
with
to.
a bunch of guys I played Ashron's Call with.
Oh, okay, okay.
We also, it was funny. Let me see. Ian was like 4, maybe 5. So it was like 80, 95, 96.
Uh-huh.
We were the guys who we all went to play Ashron's Call and stuff. We were playing an online game called Iron Wolves,
Hmm.
and it was all nautical.
Uh-huh.
Um, I liked submarines, so yeah, it's submarines, destroyers, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's
And
funny. Go ahead.
oh well, we had kind of a get together in Reno, Nevada, and I came down from Washington with another couple of friends of ours who played Iron
Uh-huh.
Wolves, and we're at the Circus Hotel in Reno, Nevada, and it ain't like you're walking in with a bunch of laptops under your arm or in your satchel. No, we have one of those luggage carts with big monitors on it and towers, and we're pushing it through the lobby to get up to our room.
Yeah, you're talking about like a good old-fashioned LAN party, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah, had some of
And
those as well.
there was I forget the name of the little city. One of the players lived really close to Reno, and he was really tech savvy, a real geek. Like, even though I liked tech and I always have and tinkering,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't so bright to be super
Super
techy
techie.
like. And I always told my daughter, hook up with a geek, you might be a late bloomer, but they're gonna be in demand.
Yeah, gonna have a future. Mm-hmm.
You don't want a husband in construction because you lived it all your life, honey. Feast and famine. Some years I'm making 50, 60, 70,000 a year. Some years I'm making 20 grand a year.
Yep, yep.
So don't go that route, honey.
But Ed, the skilled trades are coming back, my friend.
Well, now this day and age, we can pretty much set our price. And it's the older ones like our age
Mm-hmm.
that, we've done it all our life. We forgot more than a lot of these kids will ever learn for the most part.
For sure.
And we can pretty much name our price. So.
Mm-hmm. Real quick shout out to Dole Whip Dad. How you doing, man? How are you?
Excellent. Dole Whip. How you doing, man?
Yeah, you're right though. I mean, um, it's a work ethic thing too. I think some of the kids are losing the value of a hard day's work. Right? They take it for granted. They don't put in the effort.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh man, this is hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you give out too many participation trophies.
Oh, truth to power, man. Good Lord. I was so against those. I coached a bit of kids soccer when my son was young, and they wanted to do that, and I made sure the kids knew what a farce it was without traumatizing them. But it was a requirement, and I just hate it. I hate it to this day because it takes
Jim,
all.
we got one thumbs down.
Oh,
come on, people, give us another one so we get a
man.
thumbs up.
Smash that like button. Let's put that dislike button to shame. Jack, how you
Oh yeah,
doing?
there's 7 likes.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
But I always joke around. Well, if we get a thumbs down, we're like, oh, one more and it equals a thumbs up. And 2 thumbs down equals 1 up. Thank goodness YouTube looks at it as all interaction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wonder if they put any weight to that though, like in their algorithm. It's like, well, I'm not going to show a video that's got 9 billion or an lopsided number of negatives over positives. I wonder if they do that. I bet they would.
You would think they would.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's in their best interest to serve videos that the general people like, just like Google.
See someone. Thank you for the thumbs down. Now we have a thumbs up. Technically, we have 8 thumbs up.
Yeah, there you go. It doesn't bother me. I do wonder. It's like, now, what would have made somebody thumb down? What would have done that? What?
I don't know.
Oh well.
Only thing I could think of it was this guy way back here. I don't know if you saw it in the chat.
I didn't. Did one of the mods pull him out? You know what I need to do.
Boy, Nightbot was deleting Chrissy's emojis or something.
Oh, it could have been anything. Could have been anything.
I don't see.
No, see, I see all friends in here. I see all friends.
Jelly Duck.
Yeah,
Oh, there was a guy in here. What was his name?
it wasn't the early ones. I don't see
it
my.
wasn't too long ago, but I wish the chat would let you go all the way to the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
But it won't.
It does me. I'm able to go all the way up the top. It was Soy Swift, I think, was the first one to
really?
come in. Yeah.
Even when I stream, I can't go all the way to.
No,
It's the first action hero.
First action hero. I don't even see that one.
I bet you he has like no content. But he goes, why y'all talking about scat, dirty shit eaters?
Oh, did somebody shut him up?
No.
No, is it still there?
It's still there. I was busy yapping and not doing my job. Sorry, Jimmy.
That was me, man. Oh no, when you're on the show, you don't have to be a moderator.
I am a moderator. So.
I can't figure out why Outdoorsy Gal is Chrissy. How come you keep getting slammed by Nightbot? Good Lord.
What do you? Geez, 5 seconds get timed out.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
9 likes, 1 troll. Come on, trolls. I know I'm gonna see so many more trolls as time moves on. I
Oh
just
wow! Someone took away their thumbs down and gave us a thumbs up.
cool. I like you more already, whoever you are. Maybe somebody hit it by accident. They looked down, they saw, wait, the negative one's blue. Or it could have been Chrissy. She's been slammed so hard by Nightbot, she might be pissed.
Now, have you gone through any of the defaults and changed them?
I have quite a few actually. I try to open up the caps really for what is it?
Oh, David
David.
Buckle,
Yeah, David. Basically for his name,
Gold
and
Rush,
I opened.
Tasmania, Australia. Something.
Yes, yes. I opened up the emojis. I opened up what was the other one that they give you as an option? But I got to kill those words that. Well, tell us, Chrissy, why do you keep getting slammed by Nightbot? I can't figure out if I
Well,
need
I
to loosen
thought she
something up.
said because of her faces.
Oh, really? That's weird. Because I opened it up to like 50. I'll go check it again because I hate
Well,
when
I
that
know
happens.
it wasn't you, Chrissy, giving the thumbs down.
You weren't even on our radar.
Yeah, it wasn't even there. I 10-1 it was Action Hero or whatever his guy's name.
Probably, but he took it away, didn't he? Because I'm not watching the live stream. I never ever watch the live stream. I get to see what's going out, and it just slows things down. If I'm watching the live stream, that's just another video feed that's coming in, taking up some of my pipe. So I try not to do
Well,
that.
true.
Yeah.
But you have it on your dashboard though.
Well, I do, but I don't have it playing. You know what I mean? When you go to the live dashboard, you have the option of either playing the live stream live
Right.
or not, and I leave it
So you
fixated.
pause it and you never play it.
No, I never play it. Nope, nope, not until afterwards, of
Oh,
course. But like I said, if I started playing it, then it would take some of my download and just some of the pipe. So
that's true. It would take a bit of your bandwidth that much
exactly,
more.
exactly. It'll cause a bottleneck, even if you've got like 150 down and like 15 up. The packets are still vying for position, and the more things you've got going on at once on your production PC, the harder it makes it. So I just leave it alone. After having tested and knowing what I'm sending out now is what everybody else is seeing, I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. I'd much
Yeah.
rather let this processor work on the video other than trying to parse the video coming
Uh,
in. Yeah.
I would leave it playing because there I could see somewhat, there's always that delay,
Yeah.
but I would know if it's buffering instead of relying on the community
That's
to
true.
relay stuff.
That's
I
true.
could see it, and my encoder, I don't know. I think I'll probably go with vMix because that day you had the tour of behind the scenes
Uh-huh.
where you were showing your gaming laptop and the vMix and stuff. It looks really nice, and I've checked it out a little. I haven't downloaded it or nothing yet.
Mm-hmm. You should see it now. Do you guys want to see my setup now? It's changed considerably. Oh, what happened there?
Uh,
That was weird.
a troll came in for a second.
Oh, yeah, yeah. See, that's what I was talking about, and that's fine. If you don't mind being squeezed down every once in a while, Ed, because when somebody real comes on, I'm going to try to kill their video and keep their mic muted, and see if the screen returns to this. That way, I know I have a cue. I've just never tested that in Zoom yet. So one of you real people, feel free to jump on as a test. I won't take you to air if I can help it, and because I've got the controls right in front of me here. What I want to do though is I want to fire up vMix Call. This is something you'll get a kick out of, Ed. I did this not too long ago. Let's see. When what was I showing? Oh, when I was talking about video framing, I was actually using my phone live, and it's a program called uh, vMix Call, right?
Right.
So let me see. Copy link. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just actually gonna do it. We can still talk while I'm doing this. Um, what did you see? Nightbot is not impressed.
I missed it because when you're doing this, and I'm more concentrating on our conversation and stuff instead of really the room.
Yeah.
And it's so hard even when you're live and you need to pay attention to the room. You
Mm-hmm.
still miss a lot. That's why I'm really blessed. I have two co-hosts, and that's part of the main reason.
Yeah.
Because I put Toledo Jess in kind of the host shoes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I'm like the video engineer, and Dano kind of moderates the room and keeps an eye out for more questions and stuff, and try to keep the ball going in the right direction,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
to speak. So there's stuff I don't see till I review my video the next day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I bet. I bet.
And they're like, "Oh wow, they were there." Like
Yeah.
like foul fish came in one time.
Foul fish.
Yeah. And he's been in a few times before, and I try and make it a point. They're our community. We need to at least acknowledge them and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I know I like it, so I would think they'd like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And uh, Foul Fish came in and said, "Hi everyone," and I missed him. Jesse missed him. Dano missed him, and I don't think not one person said hi to him.
Oh man.
And I went to his channel and I said, "Hey, Foul Fish, I'm sorry I didn't catch you in the live chat. I didn't see you until today when I was watching it."
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's nearly impossible. Now I don't have that problem because my chat doesn't fly yet, but but sometimes it is really tough. Um, I think I told you about the one time that the first time I ever had a bunch of people in, and I had my chat off the screen because I hadn't had anybody in yet. I mean, we're talking about around Christmas, and
Right.
I was drinking that night and just yammering about nothing, thinking, okay, I'm still waiting for an audience to show up, and I'll be damned, I get off, I close it out and I look down at the chat, and then everybody's like, hey, we're here. Do you see us? And I'm like, oh no, no. God, I felt like such an ass. You're welcome, Snowy Rains. And let's see, what the heck is happening? What are you seeing, Jack? Oh, and Drone Kings in Darwin. I need somebody with video, dude. So if you're using your phone, turn on your camera. If not, that's cool. I'll have you on if you want to come on. You said no mic either, so yeah, I need somebody with video to test this out if you don't
It's
mind.
Brad King,
Yeah.
Drones Kings in Darwin,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Darwin, Australia.
Just at work, all good. Yeah, Darwin, Australia.
Ah, good
Yeah.
eye, mate.
He and Snowy almost know each other.
Almost
Almost.
live in the same territory.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody in Australia knows everybody else. Hey, I
Oh.
know this guy. Do you know him? How you going, Copper? What does that mean? Copper, copper,
I
copper.
don't know. I do have a book I found that's uh it's a book full of Aboriginal Aboriginal slangs and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's got to be an interesting book.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can get this to work.
It's like mate,
Like mate.
copper, kind of like a bloke.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I go into my mail. See, that's a wonderful thing about this. Here we go.
Now, I wonder if in Australia it's like here in the States, because one type of slang in California could be a total positive in California, and you say the same thing to a group of people, let's say in like Boston,
Mm-hmm.
and next thing you know, you're saying, okay, why do I have like 5 people wanting to kick my ass?
Okay. Sorry, I had to kill my audio. Otherwise, it'd feedback.
Right.
This this is my setup nowadays. You
Oh,
see
I
the
like how you have that monitor vertical like that
yeah, two of
instead
them.
of,
This one and that one. And this is all on my phone. This is all through vMix. And you see you up there?
oh, in your teleprompter.
Yeah, I've got a little 10-inch monitor sitting up there. And of course, all four of these monitors are being driven from my production PC. So I'm able to
Right.
see and talk directly to you. This is the first night I've been able to do this, which is awesome. And then, of course, everything's washed out, but get up higher and maybe it'll get away from the lights. But yeah, there you go.
Nice setup you got there.
Thanks.
How much you don't have nothing going on in your teleprompter right now though, right?
Well, you like
Just it's just essentially a whole nother monitor
yeah.
instead of being used as your teleprompter. Oh, okay,
Had to kill
cool.
the audio again. Yeah, you see, it's just a little 10-inch monitor, a little cheapo monitor sitting in there. Of course, we're getting a little bit of feedback on that, but yeah. Oh
You
man.
have a nice setup. You have a lot of pennies in that setup, right?
Well, if you remember correctly, I was doing this professionally, where I
Yes.
would use this equipment. I would go on location, and I would do a full live switched, opens, lower thirds, credits, open
Whole
videos,
nine yards.
music, the whole 9 yards. Just about anyone who would have me, like think of a convention or something. Got something I hear.
So you about did it like a DJ would at a wedding or something.
Yeah, that's very similar. Yep. And so, I've collected this equipment over the years. Good Lord.
Oh, might as well put it to good use now.
I know. Now, granted, I've since bought an extra monitor, the 10-inch up front there, but I already had everything else, and it's really come in handy. Of course, a lot of it is a band equipment too. My mixer is directly out of my flight case that I'll take to shows whenever I'm running audio for my band. So, yeah, it's all come in real handy. And thank you, Drone Kings and Chrissy and Oab Dad. I'm real proud of it. I mean, it's so. I need to kill this vMix call. I'm real proud of it. It really comes in handy. But you got to remember, I'm still a one man show, so it's really tough to stay on top of these things as you're doing it with all this stuff happening around you. You know how it is, Ed. You know how it is.
I know. I know it. And I brought in 2 friends to be co-hosts with, and it's. But usually I'm trying to do my thing where I'm like, oh my goodness, come on.
It's a lot to juggle, isn't it?
Because like you, I want to put out the most professional quality that I can for what I have.
Right, right.
I care about the product I put out, and it's been so frustrating. And then going back to the bare bones and what options YouTube
Mm-hmm.
has. Oh, I go to one and it was a mess. I did a mail call
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, oh man, hold up, I gotta do this way. I know was gonna try a new way. They said new, but I'm partially blonde. What can I say? So I finally got it going.
It's
Got
always a process. Yeah, it's always a process, man. It really is. And you always think of ways that you can improve on it. I know you do. I've been on a
Oh,
couple of your tests. Yeah, it's it
always.
definitely a process. And I think I even commented in Poose's live stream the other night where he was talking about, uh, you just keep going and keep trying to be better. And I said, yeah, because the moment you think you've got it all figured out is the moment somebody's going to do it better than you do.
Yeah,
Thank you,
but
Sunshine. Are you leaving already? Left a like. Thank you so
thank
much.
you
Appreciate
very
that.
much, Sunshine. Have a great one.
Yeah, I told myself after that night, man, I was not going to miss the chat if at all possible.
They're all important.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And like I love my community. I love live streaming. I love the interaction with the community
Hmm.
and the relationship you build up with people like Chrissy here, Outdoorsy Girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's awesome. And hopefully one day I'll meet her along with like you.
Hmm.
And one very good reason why I do that little thing at the end of everything,
Uh-huh.
after I say, may you always have a flash in your pan, I'm
Hmm.
like, and it happens maybe one day too, I'll meet you on the river. Because it's happened to me like 5, 6 times now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this one time. The first time was funny. Chris died. I'm at the Swank West property of the GPA in Butler, Ohio, right?
Hmm.
I'm down by the dredge ramp and I'm walking up this captain's ladder from this high bank.
Hmm.
And this kid goes, I know you. You're Ed Marvin. I
Oh,
watch your videos.
how
And I'm
cool.
really right on. Are you subscribed? No. Well, why not? And I keep in touch with them all the time now, and it's been like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
How long have you been doing YouTube?
oh, way too long for how little of subs I got.
Well, no, that,
Um, I've been on since '08,
wow. Good Lord.
but
Have,
it was more of a depository for video stock.
sure, sure. Yep.
And if you go way back, you'll hear me saying a flashing, or it wasn't even flashing your pan.
Hmm.
It was the Danger Zone Productions.
Oh.
Because my action sporting goods store was the Danger Zone.
Oh, okay.
And when I went to Washington to help my boys, um, that I won't get into, but my
Uh-huh.
oldest son said, Dad, I need help with Ian.
Mm.
Mom kind of just dropped him off and kind of went somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, And I just had him for like 4 years.
Oh.
And I was keeping a tight leash on him, and
Hmm.
he was working at my store and at another job, and he getting A's in schools instead of F's. And I knew all the skater community and stuff too because I had an action sporting goods store.
Right.
So he was afraid to do anything kind of like on the wild side because he knew I'd hear about
Right, right.
it. but he wanted to graduate with friends from back home. And against our better judgment, we allowed him.
Mm. Did it not work out
And
well? I mean, you don't have to go into detail, but
no, his mom pretty much said, I raised you guys. You're old enough now. I got a new boyfriend. I'm moving 3 hours away.
hmm.
Here, Joshua. Since Josh and his girlfriend, wife now,
Hmm.
was living close to Tumwater, where they went to school, said, here, boom. And Ian got my ex-wife was like, come on, Ian, come back, live with us. And then my daughter's whispering in his ear, come on, it'd be so neat.
Yeah.
So he was getting pulled in couple directions, you know. And I'm like, okay, to my ex-wife Jessica, I'm like, okay, Jesse, he's getting A's and B's, he's working, he's doing good. You gotta promise me you'll make sure he goes to school, and it's not your job to be his friend. Be the kid's mom and hold that leash a little tighter.
Yep.
Because I gave him a very short leash, and by the time its leash got longer and stuff, because he earned it.
Yep.
And I know what kind of kid I was, and no way in hell my son's gonna be like that. So, and then she just bumped, and he kind of went, well, F life, you know, F school. And he started ditching and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Was being rebellious to his older brother.
And
it isn't his brother's job to play dad and or mom, you know. And so Joshua's like, Dad. And I'm like, I don't care, honey. My boy needs me. I don't care if it's 2,500 miles away. I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be back in 3, 4, 5 months, turned into 9. But at the same time, my mom, they live 2 hours apart. My mom in Vancouver, my boys up towards Lacey, Olympia area. You were at Fort Lewis, so you know somewhat that area.
Oh, sure.
And she ended up having to get an amputation. So I put my trades to work while I was there. And I built her a wheelchair ramp and redid her garage and made a covered entry at the end of the ramp and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Forgot where we're going with that.
That's when I started my channel.
Okay.
To save, because I was going out in the mountains every time. And for my mom's pastor, I did some work. I built a deck, and he traded me. We swapped. He had a canoe. I'm like, hey, I'll do this part of the job for that canoe you're never using now, Dwight. It's like, okay, deal. Boom.
Done.
Big deals made. And so I was canoeing and stuff, and I'm like, another danger zone adventure and stuff. I have so much footage from back there no one will ever see. But I started going out prospecting more and more.
Oh, okay.
Whenever I had spare time, I'd go out and I started filming it. You should see this camera I filmed it on.
Well, while you're getting that, Ed, let me address some things in the chat here.
Okay.
Chrissy says she was recognized at last year's Radio World metal detecting event. Cool. Freaked her out a little bit. Yeah, a guy and a girl walked up to me and said, "You're outdoorsy gal zero," or is it O? I almost felt creeped out in a way at first. Yeah, they recognized her from watching her channel.
Well, and you have to be approachable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, if you're gonna put yourself out here, you have to. I had a guy at Menards.
Of all places.
He heard me from like 3 aisles down and says, "Is that Ed in the shed?" And I'm like, "Sure is." And it was Uncle Buck's Forge.
Oh, wow.
And he lives in the same general area that I do. I've invited him out on the stream before
Uh-huh.
to be a guest because he does forging and stuff like that, and he's done metal detecting and panning.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
He,
I can't wait till the day I'm recognized. She also says that she posed with him for a photo.
yeah,
Said,
there
I
you
am,
go.
I am nobody really, just a chick with a camera making a fool of myself. Well, isn't that true? I mean, we're not all chicks, but isn't that true for most of us when we get out with a camera?
Hey, all right.
Oh,
Hey, how you doing?
yeah, of course, Drone Kings in Darwin. I can neither confirm nor deny that I was once on Australia's Most Wanted. And to answer your question, outdoors ago, Chrissy, um, up first, let me know if that's a zero or an O. It looks like a zero. But anyway, recognized, you mean in person, or have I ever been awarded for my channel? You got to remember that I'm 4 months old. I have several YouTube channels. I think my earliest was in around Ed's time, about '08. But it was just, like you said, just a place to put random videos. But I only started this show 4 months ago, so no one's recognized me on the street yet, if that's your question.
I've been really serious about 3 years on my channel.
Have you?
I was kind of serious with that in the shed
Mm-hmm.
type stuff, building stuff, but I did it. I didn't keep things consistent. Of course, you have to gather stuff for your projects because I would grab this and that from jobs and say, okay, or here's a truck bed liner. I'm going to turn it into a sluice,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, uh, but I told the first guy, Chris, when he's later down the road, I go, Chris, it's a good thing you never said I'm your #1 fan. That day, I would have turned on you. I would have turned on a dime.
Really?
See ya. That's kind of psycho for me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that can get a little creepy.
No,
I started your fan club. I've written
I,
to you every day. I just haven't mailed them out yet.
I
You,
have your picture all over.
I have an entire room devoted nothing but flashing your pan.
The shrine.
That day's coming,
Uh,
Ed.
God.
Snowy, you've never been recognized. I thought you said you had been recognized. Well, you don't show your face. I'm still waiting for you to come on the show, and so we can see you in all your glory, hon. All your glory.
Yeah, it would be nice. Come on
Yeah.
in. Join the party.
Oh wow, it's 11:17. We're gonna have to try this experiment later, Ed.
Oh yeah, we're past your time.
Yeah, we did have drones in Drone King, and but he didn't have his camera on and no microphone. So next time we'll have somebody on, and we'll get them to have their camera. All I want to do is see if I can shut their camera off and see. Let's see. Oh, let me just stop your video for a minute, Ed.
Sure.
Yeah, that worked. Wow. Okay. Ask to start video. I don't want to ask. Oh, go ahead and start it up again. Or you get to watch me. I asked to start your video. Go ahead and fire it up again, Ed. You'll have to go down and unmute your video on the lower left hand side. There we go. And boom, there you are. Cool. Yeah, so it looks like it might work. It looks like I might be able to keep people in queue right here on Zoom. All I have to do is cut off their video until I'm ready to bring them on. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, Ed, do you want to close the show with your famous?
Sure, if
Your
you
words.
want, because this weekend I'll be seeing you on the stream. Everybody, good night. Thank you for joining Jim and I. Video call.
Oh, wait, Ed. No, I can't let you go yet. Dang it, I forgot.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna have another round A deep dive, my friend. I've chosen 5 questions just for you.
Now, let me see. I want to make sure there's writing on that.
There's writing on here. Don't you worry about a thing. let's do this thing.
Oh, goodness.
Deep dive.
Okay. How this works, Ed, and you know how this works, but I have to let the other people know. I have chosen 5, count them, 5 questions designed just for Ed while he's drinking coffee. And oddly enough,
19 at night.
yep, we're gonna learn more about you, Ed, than we ever thought we could. And you've just given me a great idea, so let's just move straight into it, shall we?
Sure.
Question 1.
Regular or decaf, Ed?
Oh, caffeinated all the way.
Very good, very good, very good, very good. Now, I wouldn't say so because I drink half calf. I drink so much coffee that I've decided to go to half calf. But all
It's funny. I drink it from when I wake up to almost to when I go to bed.
yep, I was doing the same thing. Absolutely doing the same thing. All right, let's move on to question 2.
Question 2.
Giving presents or receiving presents? What's your favorite?
Oh, everybody likes giving, getting, but I think it's really cool when you could give and not even get anything in return.
Ed's got a heart. You heard it here first, folks. Maybe
There's a little one still there somewhere.
it's not black and coal like. So I'm because you couldn't come up with that answer if it was black and coal like.
Not yet. Yeah. And never give anything if you're expecting something in return.
Exactly. That brings us up to the next question.
Question 3.
Since you do have a heart, do you own any stuffed animals?
Actually, I do.
Oh, you took the buzzer away from me. I was going to put you amongst a whole bevy of furry little creatures. I can't do it now.
I on my shelf in my shed, you can't see it in this one though, but if over to this side over here, I have a little koala bear that an Aussie came, I met. I knew her through the same chat room I met my better half in on Yahoo.
Oh, yeah?
And I took me and my late friend David Gates, took her to Disneyland when she came from Australia and visited. And she gave me a little koala bear.
Oh.
And then another Yahoo friend from way back gave me a little beanie baby.
Yeah.
A mouse, because my name on Yahoo was Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse 61. And because I like the cartoon Danger Mouse. I used to watch it with my kids all the time.
Fascinating, but we're on a time crunch here, Ed.
Oh, sorry.
Move on. Moving on.
Good on topics.
Moving on. All right, Ed, paper or plastic?
That's in currency?
Clocks. No, like the grocery store. You choose paper bags or plastic bags?
They only offer plastic.
Oh, yeah, but we were looking for burlap.
Burlap.
You're kind of do-it-yourself guy. Certainly you go into grocery stores with your own burlap bag.
Where is that reusable bag?
Exactly. Okay, and of course,
final question.
Do you consider tomatoes a fruit or a vegetable?
A vegetable.
It is actually a fruit, but I'm going to give it to you. Yeah, they're actually fruits. Yep. It's one of those weird things that Well, it's actually a great trivia question because everyone usually chooses vegetable.
Vegetable.
Yep, yep. Oh, and you know what else I wanted to do before I let you go? You wanted to email me about some graphics work for maybe your header or something. By all means, do. I mean, we can talk about it Saturday. But Outdoorsy Girl, or gal, Chrissy, also looks like she needs a channel artwork, and I'd be willing to help you out, hun. In if nothing else, guiding you on how to do it, or we can, collaborate on it. Maybe we can have you on the show and actually build one on the show. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, that'd be really cool. You know, Jim, though, I was thinking more like some in the area of like lower thirds and
Oh,
spinners.
oh, sure, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we can.
Chrissy, I love you, sister, but yeah, uh, that channel art does not explain one thing that your channel's about.
Well, that's why I want to talk to her. I mean, hell, she's already getting recognized in places. Why not even go the next step with that? I'll help you, hon. In fact, I would love to do that. Like I said, I would love to do that on air. Hello, Arthur Moorhead. You came in at
That,
the end, my friend. You came in
hey
at the end.
Arthur, how you
Yeah.
doing? And that Chrissy's a great gal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cool of you, Jim.
Not a
Uh,
problem.
I recommend any of you, if you don't know the Nimmin brothers and you're serious about your YouTube channel, check out Nick and Dee Nimmin. I first found them when I was looking for tutorials
Mm-hmm.
for OBS, for streaming live.
Oh,
I
okay.
just knew live streaming was the way that it was going to be for creators.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I love the instant gratification.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Me too. Me too. They're great guys. And he was talking to you guys because I'm even a supporter of both Ed and I are both supporters of the Niman brothers.
Yep, yep.
So
I actually mailed Nick off a package while he's in the States. Because I mailed one to Thailand and it never got there.
oh man. You know what I want to do? I literally, you know how I believe Nick collects coasters. I want to do one with his logo. I want to laser etch one with
Oh, he
both.
does?
Yeah, with both our logos. I saw it in one of the live streams. I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I'm thinking about burning one in. One side with my logo, on the other side with his logo. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nimmin.
I'm sure
It's two M's,
Yeah.
Nimmin, and there's brothers. There's Nick and there's Dee. Delta Echo
He-
Echo.
They have an awesome live stream.
Mhm.
Well, can't say every Saturday, but
They've been traveling.
when he's in the States now for Marketing World and some other stuff. So, but usually Saturday mornings,
Mhm.
9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
They put on a phenomenal tips, channel review,
Yep.
live stream type thing. The community's awesome there,
Mm-hmm.
and you can learn a lot. Even if you don't get your own channel reviewed, look, listen, learn, apply.
Yes.
And it could help. You should have seen, Chrissy, you should have seen my channel art before I really started listening to websites they would recommend and stuff. And I kind of put together what I have now. But it's always good to fresh. I want to keep the brand the same, but, change it up a little.
Yeah. Yeah. I got some ideas for your header, your channel art, Ed. If you ever want to pick my brain on it.
Oh yeah, and if you ever want to shoot me something just for chits and giggles, and
Well, I'd love to have a high res photo of you, maybe with a pan and some gold in it, to keep with the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would help out a lot. So if you want to email me that, by all means.
Maybe we could take care of that this weekend.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So I'll bring some gold with me just so we know we have some gold in the pan when we do that.
There you go. There you go. That'd be fun. Yeah, because we could actually pick our shot at that point. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. All right, Ed. So close out the show the way you normally would. I'm going to take it full screen. We'll do it right this time.
Thank you very much, everybody. May you always have a flash in your pan. And you never know, because it just may happen. Maybe one day, too, I'll meet you on the river. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Ed. And you enjoy the rest of your evening, and probably see you tomorrow night and Saturday, I hope.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
I'll hop out of here. See you, Jim.
See you, bud. Did you enjoy this video? Well, you made it to the end, so I'm going to assume that you did. If you want to see where we take this, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell right now. That way you won't miss out on future videos and guests. Also, make sure you comment, like, and share to help build this unique community. Thanks again for watching, and remember, always treat others as you want to be treated. See you live.